So let's discuss predisposition. Another term closely related to idiosyncrasy is predisposition. They are so closely allied to each other that we can scarcely separate them. The one becomes the prefix very often of the other. We might just here associate these two conditions mentioned, idiosyncrasy and predisposition, with another condition, and that is temperament. As we study temperament closely, we see that peculiar temperament is predisposed to certain forms of disease. In this, we see a fixed law or principle involved. Example, bilious temperament so characteristic of Naxwamika patient. We know with a positive certainty the disease to which he is predisposed. It is a difficult matter to say just where idiosyncrasy ends and predisposition begins. Quite often, they are so intimately associated that we cannot separate them, or they commingle and become a complement of each other. The removal of one is very apt to cause the disappearance of the other. Example, a patient may be predisposed to orbital neuralgia who has an intense craving for salt, the removal of which may take away the predisposition to pain and the desire for salt. Those patients who are so sensitively predisposed to every disease that comes along, that is of a contagious nature, are usually of tubercular type. Sora alone seldom predisposes us to any severe excesses or extremes in anything. The combination of Sora and syphilis, which is the parent of the tubercular diathesis, gives us all kinds of excess. Example, the patients are either too large or too small, too thin or too fleshy, too tall or too short, etc. Occasionally, we see a patient who is not predisposed to natural disease states, but who is extremely sensitive and predisposed to artificial diseases such as plant poison. Example, Rust family. Face and hands presenting the erysipelatous inflammation peculiar to that poison. Patient will tell you that he is super sensitive to its influence, so much so that it might be called an idiosyncrasy. Thus, we often have an idiosyncrasy behind the predisposition which intensifies the action of the poison. Many times we do give the antimiasmatic remedy according to the law of similia, but we give the potency too low to get the full breadth and depth of its action, and while it abates the existing acute disease, it leaves as a rule the deeper pre-existing miasmatic symptoms. Therefore, the predisposition and idiosyncrasy are still there to threaten the patient with new disorders at every new cycle and turn of life, while the highest potency could have removed or taken away all the phenomena that disturbs that life. An idiosyncrasy or a predisposition is then, as we have seen, a bad habit and inhabitual condition formed in a life force that has been under the promptings of some subversive force for years, often through generations if miasmatic action and the changes that are common to its subversion. Thank you.